So your friend, John, um, I'm sure I'm not saying his name right. So I'm sorry, John Pribble, who has Proof Bakery in Mesa, Arizona, started a GoFundMe page. And I believe he started that after you have a warehouse and it suffered a lot of
Yeah,
damage, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
can you tell me what happened? Tell me about the warehouse.
yeah. So it's also very important. Yeah, it's good that you asked that. It's like it was very important that so Bakehouse it is a part of a bigger company.
Mhm.
So the main like investor in all that we do is the bigger company, which is called Wine Bureau. And this company owns Good Wine Store and Bakehouse and some other projects. So
Okay.
owns a big part of the business. And we always like this was the company. This is the company of my dreams. Actually, I worked there for 14 years.
Wow.
And I was a food buyer before. I know a lot of suppliers of food all over the world and from US as well. And we always like first that we cared about were people. And I remember very good that first day of the war, I'm in the car with the baby, with the child, with my husband, the dog. We are in a traffic jam because it was a traffic jam on the road, and I remember that in all the chats, in all the groups in my phone, we were discussing what we do with people, how we will pay them their salary, and what we do, and so on and so on. We were very afraid that something can happen with the banks, that we will not be able to transfer money. So the first day of the war, we wasn't like, oh, what we will do and how we will manage our business. We were paying people beforehand until the end of February, even if it wasn't the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed the payment to the people beforehand because we wanted everyone was safe with the money. Everyone has money to, I don't know, spend for hotel, for transfer, for transport, for anything. And first that first decisions, because I'm the part of the board of this wine bureau company,
Okay.
were like how we pay to all of the people indefinitely, they work or they don't work, because if to count all the employees of the big holding, it's more than 800 people.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first days. We were sure that everything will be very good. We were in the good conditions financially. We were stable, and everything was good. But on the first days of March, we started to get the messages from our logistics partner, because this warehouse, so we were renting it, so it was all our merchandise there, but the building doesn't belongs to the company. Okay. So and we started to get the messages that we think that this is dangerous, and that the security guards, the security people who were there, they already left the facility because Russian troops are at the area, and this is dangerous. And by the 4th of March, we knew for sure that our warehouse is burned. So it's just exploded. It was shot with from tanks that were there. And this is just to get this, it's just a few kilometers from the border of the city. So this is very close to the city. It's like, and this was the warehouse. So as the company, the main business of the company is import and retail and wholesale of alcohol and food and grocery, all the grocery and different kinds of food. So our main, everything that we have is almost always invested in a stock of the goods we are going to sell.
Right.
And this was our main warehouse. So everything that is stored not cold but in ambient temperature was there, and it's burned. Like, just we thought that it's 100% of goods does not exist anymore, And we, at that moment in March, we calculated, and it was around 15 million euros damage. And I remember I'm talking to you now, and my legs become cold when I'm talking about that, because we had a very difficult meeting that day, because we were forced to decide absolutely in different way all the questions, because we stopped at that moment. We decided that we don't pay people in March, and we only ask the people who need money, like for something, I don't know, they are ill, or they because in February we had a lot of a payment, like we paid more than people expected, so we didn't pay them like first days of March. And this was the first time, and this is very strange. And
so I just want to put this in a little bit of perspective. So when you moved into the new bakery, the investment you made in the new bakery was around 1 million euros.
Yeah.
And the damage to the warehouse was 50 million
15.
euros.
15.
Oh,
yeah.
1.5. Okay.
1.5, 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 15.
That's okay.
Yeah. But it's still a lot. Yeah, and this was something that, in the store itself, where we sell the goods, the storage is only for 1 to 2 weeks it means that for our company, it means that I don't know, like tomorrow we have nothing to sell, and it means that the business can stop if we will not find the way to buy new goods. And to buy new goods, you need money, and this is like. And we were scared after that, and luckily the flour we stored in the cool in another storage, which is cool, like 14 degrees or something Celsius. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
That was in a different facility.
Different facility,
okay.
Yeah. But after that, we were so scared that we moved all the flour like close to the bakery. We filled all the corridors and everything with the flour, because we understood that if flour will be destroyed, we cannot bake tomorrow.
Right.
And this was like crazy. Or for example, some logistics from farms where we buy also wasn't working for several weeks. And we had shortage of butter. We had shortage of eggs for some time. And it's like, everyday adjustments of this. Yeah. So at that meeting, for example, we decided not to. So we decided that all the owners, co-founders like me of the company, everyone who have shares will work pro bono, and we still work like this without any income. Because we cannot, so we cannot do this at the moment. We don't have money for that. We have only money for pay bakers, I don't know, sales personnel and sales staff in the store, like all the essential people who without who we cannot operate as a company.
So right now, what does that mean for your ingredient supply? Like, where are you with that? And
it means that we should work I don't know, much harder. So we are always working and also, for example, it happened that before the war, one of our buyers left the company. Another food buyer who was responsible for buying the ingredients and stuff, some other stuff, packaging we order, so some inventory and others. She's not very experienced. She was only starting this job. And for example, for me and my partner Yulia, it meant that we came back to purchasing jobs, because we were also communicating with suppliers, looking for different ingredients, evaluating the quality of different ingredients, because we changed some suppliers as well. I don't know. We also asked people to supply us with free flour for this free bread. And and it's good that we didn't have any shortage of flour, because Ukraine is a supplier for that for big part of the world.
Yes.
And but I know that the prices now are crazy because of this crisis. I know this.
So where I sit in my office in the center of the United States, those are the conversations that we're hearing, is like, the war's impact on global wheat supply. And so it's very humbling to speak to someone who is in the middle of it, that it is directly impacting you.
So the prices also increased. And this is something that we cannot manage, and we understand our suppliers. Logistics for them also is costs much more. We also have a shortage of fuel, of petrol in Ukraine. And this is also, this always have an impact to farmers. We are lucky that we can import some ingredients as well. For example, the butter we buy in Italy for our croissants. And we still work with the supplier, and we import the butter. And in Canada and in northern US, you have a very good wheat and very high quality flour. With very high protein content, and we don't have such flour in Ukraine. We don't grow this kind of wheat. And I was so obsessed with this new bakery, and this was my dream, really. And so I decided this was a high risk deal, let's say, for me, because this is the price was quite high, and the quantity that we should buy was also very big. It was 20,000 kilos, 20 tons of flour. But I decided myself just that I should import some Canadian flour for new bakery. And the quantity that I ordered, because this was the minimum quantity that they were ready to supply, it was too big for us, really too big. And before the war, we were trying to solve this problem. We were thinking where we can use this flour, because it's too many, and it's like expiring soon, and so on. But when the war started, we understood that, we have more flour than we need. We have flour. And so finally it helped us a lot. And we used almost all this flour. It was a PH milling company. And the flour is great, actually. And we have a special bread, which is called garage bread, which was made especially with this. So I was buying this flour especially for this bread. This is like a country bread style. Very like long fermented, very high hydration bread. My favorite one, I think. And so we baked with Canadian flour as well. We still bake with it. We have still have some stock.